Welcome back to the Graham Stephan Show. So I want to comment on this video from CNBC Make It because they have this series, it's called Millennial Money, where they go and they follow around the lives of millennials and they see how they save, spend, and waste their money. But this one in particular caught my attention because I had no idea that you could make $130,000 in Nashville, Tennessee with this type of career. So with that said, I want to comment on it as soon as you hit the like button and subscribe. As soon as you do that. Any moment now. Oh, there we go. Thank you so much. And now let's begin.
I've been a performer now for actually 10 years, which is crazy. I'm Marissa Kelly. I'm 28 years old. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. And I brought in around $130,000 last year as a foot archer.
Yeah, it takes a whole new meaning for working on your feet, you know? Goes to show you that if you have a unique skill, doesn't really matter what it is. If you find a way to monetize that skill and people will pay for it, there you go. You could make over $10,000 a month shooting arrows with your feet or pouring wine with your feet. Just do something with a body part. It sounds bad, but I'm just saying, do something with a body part and get paid for it.
I do events, I do NBA halftime shows, I do TV shows, stunts for films. I definitely don't work in an office, but I take my job as seriously as possible. I just have a lot of fun whilst I'm doing it.
That is very cool. You know, here's the thing though, it's like if you want that, how many people do that? There's not like a line of people down the street be like, yeah, I could do that. Very few people in the world or the country have that ability, are available at that time, willing to travel and willing to do it. By all means, I think it's a fantastic business to be in, and more the merrier too. If she enjoys what she's doing, it sounds like a blast. I mean, imagine just going every day or every few days, going and traveling somewhere, getting to see a new place, performing for a few hours, honing your skills, just get good at that. It's awesome.
I'm originally from the UK, and in 2020, I moved to the USA and ended up in Nashville. One day, I was meant to get on my flight home to London, and I realized I see a really big opportunity for my career here, so I just didn't get on that flight home.
Oh man, what a time, too. Moved to the USA in 2020 when everything was shutting down. Imagine that was the real reason why she didn't go back to the UK. You're like, yeah, no more flights, so here I am. But yeah, wild. And to start a career at that time must have been difficult because everything was shutting down. Like no one is sitting there at home in quarantine and be like, oh yeah, I want that career. I want to pay for that. So to start at that time is impressive.
My goal for what I do is to make it look easy. You don't want to watch someone struggling on stage. I train up to 6 hours a day and I'm always doing admin, sending emails, marketing myself.
Yeah, see, most people have no idea what work goes on behind the scenes of most careers. Like a lot of people think that I'll just like turn on the camera and film a video. But these, yes, I do. But I spent like 30 minutes trying to find a good video. The YouTube search sucks now. Have any of you noticed that? Like you go and search for a video, you only get like 3 results and then everything else there are videos that you've like already watched or recommendations that have nothing to do with the search. So it's been difficult for me to find like good videos to react to. So it's been a while on that. Now these videos certainly don't take that long because for the most part, once I find a video, I watch it, I react to it, and I spend probably 30 minutes on title, thumbnail, all that sort of stuff. But my main channel videos, there's probably like 10 hours that goes into every single video. Minimum. That's like a good video is like 10 hours. Like most of them are probably like 12 to 14. And that's researching the market on a daily basis to be able to do that. So yeah, it's obvious the same applies to this as well. Just the level of skill. And she's got to be in peak performance all the time to be able to do this.
They are real mirrors. Look how pointy, like that one, like that in my butt. It's really painful.
Who sponsored that one? Lady Gaga? It seems like these are very much like musical outfits that you would see just like at the red carpet, someone walking down with one of these.
Another expense that I have very regularly is pedicures and nails too. As a foot archer, actually pedicures could technically come under a business expense. I like to use that as an excuse to get as many as possible.
Yeah, I mean, listen, technically, yeah, she's showing her feet, getting pedicures. I don't see why not. If the IRS has an issue with that, they've got bigger problems, okay?
Maybe I'm a bit reckless with my spending, but I see it as living in the moment just as much as living for the future. I'm an athlete. I like to spend money on food, okay? I don't cook, so I just have no desire to sit at home and make meals.
Oh, interesting. I don't like it. Anytime someone says, oh, I live in the moment, it's just like, you know, that's basically code word for I don't invest my money. I don't like saving. $1,100 a month on food is high. But then again, if she's traveling so often, she probably doesn't have time to cook at home or do any of that sort of stuff. So that one's actually not that shocking to me, especially if she's making not enough money. Next, transportation, $571. Again, that's not terrible. Uber, Lyft, car payment, and gas. For the amount that she's making, it's reasonable. Then housing and utilities, $300 a month. How do you get away with that? Seems to me like she's living for free somewhere and just paying utilities, or like the bare minimum, like renting a room with a whole bunch of other people because she's gone most of the year. That's probably why. She's saving all the money in housing and basically just spending some of that back on food. Insurance, $280 with a barbell. Car and health, that's not bad. Phone, $96, discretionary, $53, subscriptions, $20. Spending's pretty reasonable, all things considered. Her housing utilities, that one she wins. She won the game on that one. Spent Oops. Crap. I put these books here so precariously that if I touch them, they just fall. All right, there we go. Oh, wow, that scared me for a second. Usually I have like a coffee sitting on the other side, and I've tipped over the books. It drops the coffee, the glass breaks, the coffee gets on the white rug. It's a pain. Horrible. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, anyway, she's getting a good deal in the house.
I think that spending money on food is a big habit of mine. But, you know, I have so many nice experiences, either meeting people or hanging out with my friends, that I don't regret it.
When I say $300 a month, so that's the buddy price. You can't get that anywhere else, especially in Nashville. That's not happening. She's getting the buddy price because probably she's a good friend, barely there, quiet when she's there, keeps to herself, or they have a good time. That's good. Don't give that up. Keep that forever, as long as possible.
I always put in 20% of everything I make. I don't even see that money. It's gone straight into my savings.
That's good. That's what she should be doing though, because here's the thing. Taxes are going to take out a large chunk of her income because she's self-employed, so she's got to pay all this other stuff in addition to her normal tax rate. Right off the bat, she's saving a decent amount. She should continue that as long as possible. I'd even bump it up more. The fact that she's only spending $300 a month on housing, I would be bumping the savings rate up to like 40, 50%. I think this is a career that is just, it's very volatile. You're going to have some great years and some years where maybe, you know, let's say something happens. You know, what happens if you hurt your ankle or something, your leg hurts that day, you can't perform. It's just like, it's one of those careers that might be very taxing on you. And that's why I would save as much as possible now while you can, for maybe a time where it's going to be harder in the future.
One of the things I wish I knew when I moved to America was how expensive healthcare is. It's actually cheaper to buy a flight the next day to England to get this resolved than it is to go through my insurance, which is just crazy.
Yeah, welcome to becoming an adult in the United States. It sucks. My insurance is like $370 a month. It gets you nothing. It's just preventative care and then catastrophic. That's about it. I would choose to pay out of pocket, just not to deal with all the crap that goes along with that. It's just bad. It's horrible. There's been a few times where I've just wanted to go and see like one specialist, okay? And they're like,
well, you have to go to the general and then they have to go and recommend you out to someone else within the network, and that could take a few months.
it's like, I don't want to, I just want to go now. You pay a few $100, go now, over, done. So much easier.
I've been a gymnast since the age of 3. After about 15 years of that, I was like, I can't just stop. I can't just do something that's not physical anymore. And I decided, why be the best in the world when you could be the only one?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. You gotta find a specialty, find a niche, get really good at one specific thing where there's a market for that thing. If you could do that, you'll make a lot of money because there's not many other alternatives.
How do you get over your nerves? Well, you have to go on stage and work through that. So for the first year, I struggled. There was definitely some failures, but when you fail so much publicly, you become so focused.
That's true. See, it's just a lot of practice and then overcoming those objections and fears and getting up in front of a whole bunch of people and doing something like that. It's got to be nerve-wracking. So for her to have the confidence and the self-reliance to say, okay, I'm going to go and do it. I'm going to fail. I might get nervous. I might not hit the target. That's okay. I'll do it again. It really says a lot about her character. I think more people should take advice from this and just get over the fears by doing it. I think that's one of the best ways, and don't take it personal. If it doesn't go your way, it's not that big of a deal. No one cares. No one remembers. Go about their life. You get better in the process.
I actually managed to build over 1 million followers just on TikTok alone in 1 year. And that had a huge impact on the amount that I was being booked. And I had many requests for merchandise.
There we go. See, fantastic. She is taking matters into her own hands. And I think TikTok, Instagram Reels, Shorts, perfect way to advertise her business, and it's going to be a great way for her to make additional income. And one day, if she's no longer wanting to do this anymore, she gets injured, something happens, she's going to have a huge social media following to fall back on. Because I guarantee out of a 1.5 million people, probably 20,000 people of that like just care about her life and want to see what's going on. She could pivot to so many different things. She could offer just about anything with an audience like that. So I think today, if you want to build a business, you also have to do it in conjunction with social media, because that's going to be some of the best marketing you will ever get in your entire life.
I'm definitely not nervous or anxious that I'm not going to be able to do this job forever. It's a reality. So as my foot archery career slows down, I will be focusing on more online ways to make money.
Yeah, see, it's good she's planning for it. She's not stupid, you know? To be able to make $130,000 a year after teaching yourself how to do this, you gotta be pretty smart. She's pretty level-headed about it all. I wish she were to save more of her income, though, I'll be honest. I'd love to see her save more, like 40 to 50%, given she's spending nothing on housing. But overall, I think transitioning from this career into social media or performing in some way online, that's going to make her a ton of money, way more money than she'd get booking these gigs.
I don't know where I'll be in 5 or 10 years, but I do know that I'll be doing what I love. And as long as I'm doing that, then I'm happy.
Overall, though, I gotta say, great episode, really smart. It's one of the, millennial money lately has been going just like, I don't want to say downhill, but no one's screwing up anymore. These were all these inspirational stories of people doing everything right. I want to get upset. So if I want to get upset and just like criticize something, I go to Caleb Hammer's channel, because then it's like all of these guys are screwing up. If CNBC make it, just find someone making 400 grand a year and spending 500 grand a year. Just stupid stuff. Find that. Those will be the episodes I watched. If you have any other recommendations for videos that you want me to react to, comment the title of the video down below in the description. I blocked links so people don't spam with stuff, but comment the title of the video. I'll go through, I'll review whatever suggestions you recommend, and then I'll react to a few of them. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, feel free to add me on Instagram, and don't forget that you can get a free stock with our sponsor, public.com, down below in the description with the code GRAHAM. Thank you so much, and until next time.